Greetings and salutations, people. WeaZe the WiZe with your exclusive review of Battleborn, developed by Gearbox. You may have heard of these people from Borderlands fame, and they are introducing this brand new IP, which is a first-person shooter with MOBA elements, and I have gotten great joy out of it so far, but it's not without its issues. As we look a little bit further into the game, it comes with 3 PvP modes right off the bat. Capture, your typical King of the Hill style battle. You got Incursion, more of a single path battle to take out the other team's Century. And then you have the Meltdown mode, which is the signature 2-lane MOBA style game where your objective is to push two lines of minions to the other team's grinder, and you want to try to sacrifice as many minions as possible. The first team that sacrifices the most minions wins the game. So they also have a great cast of characters. You get 25 on the disc, and they start you out with about a half a dozen or so, maybe more, and then you unlock the rest as you play through the game. And it's not too hard to unlock characters. They unlock fairly quickly. You just really play through the matches and play a little PvP, get certain pairings, and complete certain objectives, and they will come open for you. There's also a ton of customizable things in relations to the characters themselves. You have skins, you have taunts, they have gear loadouts, which is kind of like additional perks that you can unlock for collecting shards within the game. It's like a little in-game currency, which not only unlocks this gear that you see here, but there's also environmental things you can turn on, such as turrets and guard posts that will aid you in battle, especially when you got hordes coming at you full steam, and it's a good way to do some crowd control. So there's 4 difficulties in the PvE game. The main story missions, you got normal, hardcore, advanced, and advanced hardcore. It's currently matchmaking only for the normal and the advanced modes, and even the advanced didn't come out till several weeks after the game release, so maybe they're trying to allow people to catch up to get acquainted with the game. But I hope they unlock matchmaking for hardcore and advanced hardcore, because a lot of people are kind of leveled up and maxed out now, and unless you have friends that you play with, public matchmaking for every mode in the game should be a standard thing now. See Destiny's faults for having all these looking for group pages and things because you can't find people to play with is not a good look for your game. Neither are these microtransactions. I mean, they just added that on recently. I mean, after paying $75 for the deluxe edition, you would think, are they so cash strapped they need to charge you over $4 a skin, or over around $3 or so for taunts? I mean, gripes, but doesn't take away. It's more cosmetic thing. So I mean, I can't fault Gearbox for getting their hustle on. Everybody want to make a couple extra bucks. Baby needs Pampers and Similac, but give me that stuff in the game, or don't nickel and dime me to death with that. But overall, like I said, I've had a lot of fun with the game. I enjoyed the story missions, and the voiceovers are very well done in this game. There's a lot of funny humor. It's got that Borderlandish type humor with certain characters and things that you'll definitely appreciate, especially with the first playthrough or so. It'll be all fresh for you, but as the as the repetitiveness sets in, playing the same maps and things over and over again, and the jokes aren't so fresh as then as they were before. But overall, it's still very good, very competitive gameplay. The bosses battles weren't all that great. I mean, some were better than others, and they really used the objective based things where you had to like defend this horde, defend this point from a wave of hordes over and over again. They wish they would have tried to take some more different approaches in the main storyline games, but maybe they'll do some things in DLC. So, and then like I said, the online battles are pretty good. They can be pretty intense when you have, especially when you have two close teams. But as you're leveling up, you know, there tends to be a tendency of a team that gets behind, the gap really gets wide especially if there's a good skill gap between teams or one team is not communicating. It's hard to catch up. It's really a teamwork centric game, so you better be on your P's and Q's and communicate with your fellow players if you're going to really get some enjoyment out of that mode. And like I said, with your skill tree, you have different branching paths and things. So I mean, you never feel like you're stuck in one play style. Even with one particular character, you can always branch off, try different skills, and see which ones you like the best, and see which ones you think are most effective, and then play with that. So you get a lot of. That's the core of the replayability is experiment with the characters and things. But um, it's definitely hopefully the community will stick with this game because I mean they have Gearbox has good DLC plans for it, and I've already got my money, so we'll see how they do in the future with that. So, with all that being said, my final verdict for Battleborn, you got to give it a lot of love on the pro side. It's got great hero and character development. Um, the characters really have a lot of personality to them and a lot of ways that they complement one another on the battlefield. You got great humor and voiceovers from the Gearbox team always does a good job with that. Their MO is all over that with the Borderlands, and they put it into this game. A great deal of customization and just allows you to play different ways, even with the same character. So no one playthrough feels exactly the same because you can mix and match the abilities and the tree perks. So, and instead it really rewards teamwork, good back and forth gameplay, whether it's PvP or in the PvE environment. On the negative side, you got the lack of maps. It's going to cause a lot of repetition. Need to add some more of the advanced difficulties into matchmaking mode. Definitely need to address the split screen issue. That little mini map taking up a third of my screen on a half C screen is not a good look. And just like I said, some of the battles can be just monotonous because they use the same formula over and over again with protect objective, horde, 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 protect objective, horde, horde, horde. So, if they can cut back on some of those things and, with future DLC, fix some of the balancing issues with overpowered characters or characters that are underused or nerfed too bad where they're not even used at all. So, but those things will get ironed out over time. But all in all, that's it for me. Out of 5, I would give it a 3 out of 5. But again, it's a solid entry, not to be ignored. And if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe, comment below, give me all your likes and love. You can follow me online, everything EGH on IG and Twitter, WeaZe W3AZ3 on Xbox Live and Twitch and all that other stuff. I'll post in the credits below. Thank you for watching and happy gaming. Peace out.